Hey everyone, welcome back. So, as some of you may know, I'm what you might want to call a wrestling fan. I actually, so much so that I actually wrestled a long time ago. A long time ago. So in the spirit of that, I did this little thing called collecting wrestling belts. I don't have like a massive collection, and it's a great hobby, great way to meet some people and such like that. Great conversation starters for those who are interested, that kind of stuff. But just like every other kind of hobby out there, you have your there are people out there who like to take advantage of collectors like myself and others. And despite my best efforts and knowing what to look for, I still got scammed. Okay, so I admit it. Even the best of the best can always fall to a scam once in a while. Yes, there are safeguards that kind of protect people like me and such like that, but it still happens on occasion. So basically, here's what happened. I try to consider myself someone who kind of what's the word I'm thinking of here? Who kind of keeps track of sellers on eBay and such like that. And there's like some big time red flags that that you really know better than to go with. Someone who has very, very low reviews, someone who just created an account, stuff like that. But I've been keeping an eye on this one seller. Basically what had happened was that I watched this person. He'd been on eBay for about a year now. And I watched as his ratings, reviews, and everything else like that kept going up and up and up. And I'm beginning to think to myself, you know what, maybe this actually is a legitimate seller. So I dug into them a little bit more. They said they were here in the United States. I just kept watching the auctions as they kept on going through, and legitimate auctions where people were saying that they loved what they got. You could link the auction themselves there and see what it is that they bought and everything else like that. And as time went on, I just kind of started thinking to myself, you know what, maybe there is something to this. Maybe this guy is actually legitimate. So I decided, you know what, why not? Let's go ahead and pull the trigger and see and see on how this turns out. Now, the belt in question was close to about $400 once you added in the shipping. A heavy price, yes, but for the quality I was expecting, it was definitely worth it to me anyway. And that's how selling works. You charge what you think people will pay, and if somebody thinks that whatever you're offering is worth that much, then that's what they'll pay. And I'm completely brain dead when it comes to things I want compared to how much I pay for it half the time. So I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. And, they said that, they're going to manufacture it and then send it on out. Yeah, okay, fine. That's fine. There are a lot of belt makers out there these days. They're trying to capitalize on the market, and I get that. And I'm not a big fan of the high-end price belts. Then again, who would? Eventually, I do plan on getting a Reggie Parks as soon as I can save up a couple $1,000s. But it is on my bucket list. Let's put it that way. But anyway, I digress. So basically, what it said it was going to take about till it was going to take like a month for everything to be manufactured and then shipped out. Okay, cool. So Monday, I got a text saying that a package was being delivered. Oh, cool! Fast shipping. I like that. I get my package sooner than I thought. That's awesome. So while I'm on break, I decided to go ahead and just review the tracking itself, and my heart dropped when I saw that it was coming from Pakistan. I'm like, no. So I came home and I was just dreading the package, and I saw it sitting on my desk, and I thought to myself, no. And I opened it up, and here's what I got. And to say this belt is craptastic is an understatement. For those who never really dabbled in belt collecting, Pakistan belts are notorious for horrible construction. I mean, just god-awful craftsmanship. So basically what we got here is a 4mm plates. That was true, it was 4mm plates. But it's what's known as a press belt, which basically means that they take the pattern and they press it on top of it there and give it, give a little bit of depth, but like, I could literally rub my hand on this there and barely feel anything. Let me explain something to you for those who are curious. Okay, now this is the Intercontinental belt that I got a long time ago. As a matter of fact, it was the second belt I had. You know what? Let's get rid of this thing here. Let's get rid of it. Now, for those who, if you can kind of get, I don't know if the camera can pick it up very well or not, but you can kind of see that, there's a nice deep engraving in here. Nice, clean, plating is beautiful. As long as it's well taken care of, this thing will look pristine till the end of time. Okay, but needless to say, it's really well manufactured. This thing, however, I actually got a chance to look at some of it, and I will get you guys some close-up pictures of this. This was a rush job, basically. They just splattered the paint on. They got paint all over. Some of the paint got onto the metal plating here. The metal plating itself is chipping. It's just really bad. Also, the belt clip here at the end, right here, it's been glued on. The snaps on the side, they don't line up. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this thing? So now I will give them credit on one thing. The leather is really, really nice. I gave it credit. The leather is really, really nice. I do like it. Unfortunately, it's been completely butchered because they didn't line up the snaps, and they decided to glue this. So there really is no redeeming this thing, unfortunately. So now it just comes down to the question, what do I do with this thing? Most people would return it. But anyway, here's how the rest of this story goes. So I emailed them, sent them a message, and I told them that I was not happy. I didn't order a Pakibelt, as they're referred to, yeah, I was not happy. So they sent the message back saying they apologize and they're going to review their facilities to make sure it doesn't happen again. Yeah, right, whatever. But they said that they would send me, give me a discount refund, for my inconvenience. Now here's the problem. Most people would just have returned it for the entire amount. The problem with Pakibelts is that if I had sent that thing back, there is no way I could guarantee that it would make it back to that facility. And any form of refund would be sitting in limbo for the rest of eternity. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. So I thought to myself, well, you know what? You were an idiot. You thought you did the right thing, but hey, everybody gets taken. Consider it lesson learned. So I decided to go agree to the discount, and I said, okay, you have my attention. How much of a discount are you talking about? So they sent back a reply saying that they're going to refund me $50. $50 for a $400 Pakibelt. Now, just to let you know that for all intents and purposes, you might get 100 out of that thing. Maybe. If you're lucky. Maybe. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't even get 100 out of that thing. That thing's garbage. So I just, I took that as an insult, and I said, okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. How's this? We can make this 150, and I will consider this matter closed. I will eat the rest of this the cost, and consider it a lesson learned. Or you can give me the address to your business here in the United States where the auction says is located, and I will just simply send the belt back there and get a full refund. Or I could just send it to the city's post office, and you can go and collect it whenever you want and do whatever the hell you want with the belt. But no, I'm not going to resend it to back to Pakistan. I really didn't expect. I was really expecting them to come back with an explanation about the COVID, and we're just barely hanging on, and can't you be reasonable? Okay, let me explain something about reasonable when it comes to these auctions. Okay, they sell me $100 Pakibelt, $75, $50, $25 Pakibelt. Okay, for $400, guaranteeing top quality. Yeah, right. The thing is, even when I was reading the auction, before I pulled the trigger on it, I knew it was going to be BS. But as long as it was reasonable, that's all I was looking for, was something reasonable. So you're going to sell me a Pakibelt for $400, stating you're in a location that you're clearly not. And you're expecting me to be reasonable in all this? Now here's the beautiful thing about all this. I've been telling this story to some of my friends at work. One of them is very familiar with Pakistan. And he asked me, he says, what town did it come from? And so I pulled it up and told him what it was. He's like, oh yeah, I know that city very well. It's a very, very dirty city. He's just like very, very scummy. I'm back myself. Yeah, I kind of figured. So, like I said, I was waiting for them to come back with some kind of excuse. But after 24 hours, they came back and they said they agreed to the 150. And I checked this morning, and the 150 has been refunded back to my account. And true to my word, I'm going to consider the matter closed and consider it a hard lesson learned. So for those who are out there who are interested in wrestling belts, please be careful. Here are a few things to keep an eye open for. One, brand new eBay accounts, completely off the grid. Don't even bother. Second thing, low reviews. To me, for me to pull trigger, it at least has to be within the hundreds before I'd even consider it. 3, the company in question should have a website. Okay, if they're legitimate business selling on eBay, then they should have a website that you can go to and find out more information. Now that was my mistake, because when I did research on them, I found a lot of information about them, but it was all about other auctions that they had been setting up on different platforms. That was, like I said though, that was on me. That was my bad. But another red flag that it should have been slapping me in the face, but I completely ignored, is the fact that they didn't include actual pictures. These were images that couldn't. Basically, they were very generic cutaway pictures. So to me, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I probably should have considered that. So with all that being said, if you guys have any more advice down below, or if you guys have any more advice on how to avoid scammers, please drop them in the comment section below. And I guess that's it. That's going to be it for me. If you have any questions, please like, share, or dang it. Sorry, it's a little bit cold in here. I've had my heater going and it's not cutting it. I think that heater's done at this point, which is going to make working out here even more fun. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, please drop them in the comments below. Please like, share, subscribe, repeat the channel, help it grow. I would be eternally grateful. I want this to be inspiring to other people who are trying to figure out, just like I am, figuring out this whole weight loss, building muscle stuff. And yeah, that's be it. And don't buy Pakibelts. That's our moral for today. All right, folks, I'm out of here, and until next time, fire it up.